What's up, YouTube? Matt Vogt, call sign Jerry. Next up, OpenAI 5 against humanity. In the last video, I showed you some significant breakthroughs by AI in cooperation and collaboration, specifically looking at crushing the game of hide and seek by OpenAI. In this video today, I'm going to show you some more significant breakthroughs by OpenAI. This time, defeating the world champions at one of the most complex, arguably, and the most popular esport, Dota 2. Dota 2? What's a Dota 2? Don't worry, average Joe, I've never played Dota either, but I won't lose you. Dota 2 is one of the most complex games, and like every other game defeated by AI, it was also previously thought impossible for machine domination, holding human creativity and decision making and complexity far superior to that of any machine. This video looks at some of AI breakthroughs that OpenAI pioneered and will extrapolate that forward into applications in the real world. Dota 2 has a lot of parallels that make this pretty significant. In the last two videos, we discussed real-world application and AI leaps in games. OpenAI chose Dota 2 because it's arguably the most popular and complex esport in the world, with annual prize pools of about $50 million. That's crazy. Because of its complexity and constant upgrades, it may be the game that most closely resembles the dirty, uncertain, and ever-changing real-world environment. If OpenAI is able to defeat humans in Dota 2, they would have solved some of the most complex problems in AI design today. Long time horizons, partially observable states, and high-dimensional observation and action space. Just like StarCraft, Dota games are long, averaging about 45 minutes each, with about 80,000 clicks per game. Some actions won't even see effects until thousands of steps into the future. This requires what humans would call a strategy, and that strategy may play out over the course of that entire 45-minute game. Also, just like in war, fog creates partially observable states, hiding enemies, their movement, and their strategies from view. Humans and AI are therefore required to make inferences based on ambiguity and incomplete data. What a crazy environment for mathematically based ones and zeros artificial intelligence to train on, right? Well, let's watch what happens in this environment with an AI that is trained for 900 years of gameplay each day. Oh, and this is trained for over 10 months at that. Wow. OpenAI 5 trained for almost an order of magnitude longer than, let's say, our recorded civilizations. The AI learns to use a combination of spells, items, and constant repositioning to maximize effects on the enemy, while obviously avoiding friendly casualties. Watch this clip as OpenAI carefully choreographs an attack, ultimately sacrificing 2 AI for 4 human kills. Next, let's watch as the AI engages here. Pay close attention to the graph in the bottom left. OpenAI constantly predicts the chance of victory, and you can see the fluctuations in the prediction as the engagement continues. Multiple times throughout the game, OpenAI 5 was queried as to the perceived chance of victory, and the audience is absolutely shocked at its reply.
Looks towards the Riki with the backup of the Crystal Maiden. They have that control. As back on form. It's a 95% here for OpenAI.
From our human perspective, this is an even game, Owen. How are they saying 95%?
Crazy, all right. Anyways, here's a good example of the AI dealing with partial observability, aka the fog of war, as the Crystal Maiden runs off into the trees. The AI knows she's in there, but obviously can't see her. As they're able to predict her position, they go hunting. It's crazy if you think about it. How does she know where to project her location? Well, thousands of years of self-play. That's how. Crazy stuff, man. We talked about movement and positioning earlier. Well, watch this clip as the AI is being chased by the human sniper. The AI baits the sniper as he falls back. Then his comrades are able to envelop the sniper and bring him down. It's a trap! That example of partially observable states was great, but watch this. As the human sniper gets beat, but survives the initial engagement, watch as he moves into the shadows and turns. the AI is able to correctly guess, and I use that term loosely obviously, where the human player went, and is able to finish him off after several obscurations and turns in that fog. That is crazy. The AI can do all of this with just looking at the ones or zeros. This is amazing, simply amazing. Finally, here's a cool example of a diversion as an AI agent is making a move towards victory. You can see the AI here getting low on health and runs away. Pretty simple, right? Well, a smart AI would have run towards his team, which could have protected him. What a super smart AI does here is bait several of the players down south while his teammates are able to employ a blinded pincer maneuver around the side of the human base up at top, ultimately taking the last barracks. Are you kidding me? Awesome job, AI. I'm hesitant to read too much into this, but this obviously shows some significant next level gameplay and intelligence. We can learn a lot from OpenAI 5 here. First of all, AI was able to beat the reigning world champs, OG. OpenAI 5 was able to employ varied strategies over long time horizons, predict human movement in partially observable states, and demonstrate unique AI behaviors and strategies. Knowing when to engage, where to engage, and when to back out of engagement is an area that humans could definitely use some unemotional assist. Listen to these commentators as they discuss just how good OpenAI 5 is at this.
Dude, I become like a believer because I've played against it like 3 times. I've lost every time. Everyone always flames me. It feels like they're making inefficient movements, like the buybacks and the weird tri-lanes that they do. Everyone, I got so many messages from pros like, why didn't you just do this? It's like, we thought about that too, and it just feels like at some point it gets so muddled in your head that you're not really playing Dota anymore.
I remember there was a turning point where when it was first training, it would do something that looked dumb, and we'd say, that's dumb, we must have a bug somewhere, we can go fix it. And we would go and we fix it. And then after a couple of months, they'd do something like, wait, that looks dumb. And then 20 seconds later, there'd be some consequence we hadn't foreseen, and it turned out it was the right thing to do.
Think about for trading the stock market or warfare. Humans often let their biased heuristics and feelings cloud their judgment of the environment and prevent ideal action. Think about this from the human competitor's perspective. Would you engage in artificial intelligence that you knew had unparalleled prediction capability on the battlefield? The mere fact that it chose to engage you in battle means that it knows that it can beat you.
My advice would be if you're playing it and it decides to fight you, it's probably time to retreat. And if it decides to retreat, then you can try to push and attack it because it just knows really well when to fight and when not to fight.
Mind blown. This may sound dire or even inevitable. AI is going to take over the world, run every aspect of our lives, or kill off humanity. No. Far from the truth. As it turns out here, AI may be able to defeat humans, but what's able to defeat the AI is a proper machine-human teaming. That's where we need to be going.
Yeah, it was an interesting game to play though, because we kind of had to go along with thinking like, okay, what do they want to do? What does AI think we should be doing? Mm-hmm. And then when we saw everybody or the other 3 going towards the top lane, it's like, all right, guess that's where we're going.
So how did it feel in the middle of the action? When they were doing a thing and you're coming in, helping them out?
It actually felt nice. I had my Viper gave his life for me at some point. He tried to, help me, thinking I'm sure she knows what she's doing, and then obviously I didn't. But he believed in me. I don't get that a lot with teammates.
Intelligent augmentation is the concept where a team of AI and humans can produce a near ideal mix of human and machine. That's pretty straightforward. The human and machine both bring significant advantages to understanding the complex world in which we live and operate. How can we optimize for the strengths of this integration? Bring my strengths and the machine's strengths while mitigating both of our weaknesses. The ultimate goal here being that optimized decision making. How can we best sense the environment, decide what's best for effects, and then act to influence that environment? And there it is, how playing a pretty fun and cool game can lead us 30 years into the future for efficient and effective human-machine teaming. That's what we're talking about. Even if AI is able to defeat humans, human and AI together is where we need to go. Well, you stuck around this far. Awesome stuff. Hope you enjoyed as much as I did. This is some great content. Definitely hit the like button. Do it, and do it now. so that others can see this content and spread the interest to them. Smash the subscribe button, because 136 people is way too little of a built-in audience for spreading this important AI, these important lessons. More importantly, I crave constructive feedback. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know what worked, what didn't work, how I can improve these videos for you guys. It only takes a second and lets me better tailor this content for you guys, my people. Much appreciated. This is Jerry signing out. See you.